sa sigaw ng malaya, kapakanan ng kapwa laging mangunguna. Bida sa salita,
Radyo Bida ng Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation.
bida ka rito.
Bida ka rito.
Karito, mas pilalakas, mas pilabilis, at mas pilalinaw. Radyo Bida, 747 sa inyong mga piitan.
Inihatid sa inyo ng With Love John Foundation Incorporated sa ilalim ng pamumuno ni Dr. Bernie Miguel sa pakikipagtulungan ng Department of Education, Kidapawan City Division, Provincial Government of Cotabato at ng Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radyo Eskwela. Radyo Eskwela. Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Ganap na alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga at alas 3 hanggang alas 4 ng hapon. Radyo Eskwela sa DXND. Radyo Bida.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu asala rasulihil karim wa ba'atu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome po sa ating programang Radyo Eskwela. Hatid po sa atin ng With Love John Foundation Incorporated, headed by Dr. Bernie Miguel, sa pakikipagtulungan po ng Department of Education Kidapawan City Division, sa pangunguna ng ating Assistant Schools Division Superintendent Natividad G. Ocon. Ang radio-based instruction ang siyang nakikitang mabisang paraan po upang maipagpatuloy ang edukasyon sa gitna po ng pandemya. Handang isip, handa bukas. Ako po si Marlon Bulasa.
Usa ka maayong buntag kanatong tanan mga higala hilabi na sa ato ang mga suking tagapaminaw sa ato ang mga grade 9 o grade 10 learners. Good morning. Good morning usab sa ato ang mga ginikanan, sa ato ang stakeholders, sa ato ang sponsor with Love John Foundation Incorporated headed by Dr. Bernie Miguel ug ang administrator si Sir Ayan Leo Domingo. Maayong buntag usab ang ato ang pagtamiyaw sa ato ang mga kaubanan sa Department of Education Kidapawan City Division, sa ato ang CID Chief Dr. Milrose Peralta, SGOD Chief Sir Remigio Orias, sa ato ang LR Supervisor Ma'am Hazel Aparece, and sa ato ang RBI Coordinator Ma'am Shirley Dua. Usa ka maayong buntag kini si Gladys Mir Pontongan.
Ug sa ngalan sa atong kaumang Crizel Dayan Sampani Vinyes, atong gina-acknowledge usab ang ato ang mga tigpaminaw sa District 1 o District 3 sa probinsya sa North Cotabato. Pinaagi sa DXMS Radyo Bida Cotabato City. Mapya mapita sa langon.
Mapyan salam usab ang atong ang pagtamyaw sa ato ang mga igsoong IP, and syempre pwede po din yung may maubanan mga higala pinaagi sa pag-like o pag-share sa page sa DXND Radyo Bida Kidapawan and DepEd tayo Kidapawan City. Ug pwede po din nyo balik-balikan ang tanang mga episodes sa Radyo Eskwela pinaagi sa pag-login sa site sa ndbcnews.com ug pangita lang diha ang DepEd Learning Channel.
Alright, og karon we shall be hearing grade 9 mathematics no week 5.
Yes,
sa
ug
quarter
taod-taod o grade 10 pod para sa ato ang
makita
mga
nato ang material sa grade 10
learners. Alright,
Sige,
so karon
pangandam
pa
na.
lang daan ato nang tawagon ang ato ang mga grade 9 learners adto na mo sa lugar kung asa mo komportable kay ang pangutana. Grade 9 learners, andam na ba mo?
Andam na.
Radyo Eskwela.
Hi! Good day! Especially to our grade 9 learners. We are back to embark on another journey of learning numbers. This is our week 5. Isn't it amazing? You have hurdled 4 major laps in your mathematics journey. Aren't you proud of your achievements? Of course, I do. I'm your radio teacher, Crisaldian Sampani Binyes. Let us have fun today. Now, My dear grade 9 students, in order to prepare you to the next step of our journey, I want you to get your self-learning modules in grade 9, module 5. Then, you have to open it on What I Know section. We have the spare moment to answer the questions. This is our pre-assessment activity. Allow me to check your prior knowledge in the previous topics. Are your pencils ready? All right, let's begin. Wow, I bet that was challenging, right? But nevertheless, you have done well. Now, let me introduce our new topic on quadratic inequalities. Are you excited? What do you think inequalities mean? It is associated to something that is not equal. Do you still remember what symbols represent inequality? You're right. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to are some of the signs we use. Good job! Now, let's all check on your SLM on what's in section Activity 1.1. What satisfies me? Let's take one example and you do the rest, okay? What number or value do we give to make the mathematical sentence b plus 3 is less than 10? True. The value of b should be all integers to the left of 7. Hence, as an example, 6 plus 3 is equal to 9, which is less than 10. Hence, numbers to the left of 7, which are the numbers from 6 to its left, are possible answers. It was easy, right? Let's take the next example. 4c minus 5 is greater than or equal to 19. What numbers will make the statement true? The value of c should include 6 and the numbers to the right of 6. For the number 3, the value of m should be less than 2. That should include all numbers from 1 and all numbers to the left of 1. Meanwhile, number 4, this is a quadratic equation, which means that we get the values of r through factoring. So, the values of r sub 1 is negative 7 and r sub 2 is positive 1. For item number 5, the values of m can be obtained through extracting square roots. Hence, the value is positive negative 5. Finally, item number 6 should be transformed to a standard form of the equation and get the values of n through factoring. The values of n sub 1 should be positive 5 and n sub 2 should be positive 2. Wow, you made it pretty well. Good job! Keep it going. Now, let us proceed to activity 1.2, Who I Am. Now, you may look at the mathematical sentences that follow. Do you know what are they? Now it's time to categorize them. How? Well, you have to check which mathematical sentences belong to quadratic equations, quadratic inequalities, and neither of the two. Fill the chart of the correct answers, but you have to do it in your notebook. Use your knowledge in our previous topics to answer the chart. You may start now. you able to classify the answers? I know you did. Let's check your answers then. Ready? But before that, let's define what is a quadratic inequality is all about. Listen to this. Quadratic inequalities are inequality sentences that contain a polynomial of degree 2 and inequality symbols greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Wow, that was easy, right? While quadratic equation in one variable is a mathematical sentence of degree 2 and can be written in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. I know you are very excited to check your answers. Let us do it then. We have two answers for quadratic equations. Did you get it right? Those are the mathematical sentences. X squared minus 4x plus 8 is equal to 0 and 5 plus 6k is equal to 7k squared. On the other hand, the mathematical sentences 3x squared plus x plus 10 is greater than 0, the quantity of 2r minus 3 multiplied to r plus 1 is greater than or equal to 2. 2s squared minus 3s plus 5 is less than 0. And finally, 7d squared is less than or equal to 14 are all quadratic inequalities. While the remaining mathematical sentences m plus 5 is less than or equal to negative 12 and the quantity of 2n squared plus 5 multiplied to 3n minus 1 is greater than 0 does not qualify to quadratic inequalities since its degree is not 2. I know you got your answers correctly. Congratulations! Now, please proceed to activity 1.3. I will give you a moment to place your answers. Answer it now. So, let's check your answers on items 1 to 3. Look at number 1. We can have an answer of x squared plus 4x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 0. How about yours? Now, shall we look at item number 2? One possible answer is 12 minus 3x plus x squared is greater than 0. Great! This time, let's answer item number 3. The possible answer can be 4t squared minus 7t plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Good! Our answers may vary, so don't worry much. Well done, mathematicians! This time, we are going to proceed with our next lesson on solving quadratic inequalities in one variable. We are learning a lot, aren't we? Quadratic inequalities in one variable can be written in one of the following forms, where a, b, and c are real numbers, and a is not equal to 0. This form can be written as ax squared plus bx plus c is less than or greater than or less than or equal to or greater than or equal to 0. The four inequality symbols are used instead of the equal sign, which is used in the quadratic equations. These are useful in solving real-life problems. Let's take for example the problem given in the first example. Find the solution set of inequality x squared plus x minus 6 is greater than 0. Our solution begins with step 1, which is to change the inequality to its corresponding equality. Thus, x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Step 2. Find the roots of the said quadratic equation. Thus, gives us the factors, the quantity of x plus 3 times the quantity of x minus 2 is equal to 0, obtained through factoring. After which, we use the zero product property, which gives us x plus 3 is equal to 0 and x minus 2 is equal to 0. Applying addition property of equality presents the values of x as x is equal to negative 3 and positive 2. Then, create intervals using the roots as critical x values in dividing the number line into parts to test from the interval against the inequality. For the interval x is less than negative 3 to the negative infinity. If a number is chosen from this interval, say negative 5, replacing all the values of x with negative 5. Hence, it gives us negative 5 squared plus negative 5 minus 6 is greater than 0. After solving, it gives us the inequality 14 is greater than 0, which is a true mathematical statement. Meanwhile, the second interval, x is greater than negative 3 but less than 2. If x is equal to 0, the interval x is greater than 2 to the positive infinity. Let's pick a number, say 3, and plug in this value to the inequality given. Thus, 3 squared plus 3 minus 6 is greater than 0. The answer gives the inequality statement 6 is greater than 0, of which presents another true statement. It is also important to point out that we need to test the roots of the inequality, which are the values negative 3 and positive 2. As a result, we both have false mathematical statements from the solutions provided. Consequently, plot the roots on the number line presented by negative 3 and positive 2. Darken the parts of the number line that represents the solution set. Also, take note that an open circle means that the roots are not part of the solution. Finally, write the solution of the inequality. The solution set of the inequality x squared plus x minus 6 is greater than 0 is therefore x is less than negative 3 or x is greater than positive 2. Make sure to answer what's more activity 2.2. Do you know my solution? was the discussion? Do you understand it? Now, without further ado, let me present Lesson 3 of this module. But before that, look at the What's New portion of the module. Describe the graphs presented by answering the questions that follow. Observe the graphs and let's discuss the answers. I'll give you a moment to think of your explanation. Are you ready? Let's discuss the answers in activity. The graphs in activity 3.1, Describe Me, are all quadratic. The first graph is a quadratic equation. That is why it has no shaded part, unlike the other graphs. Graphs 2, 3, 4, and 5 are quadratic inequalities. The shaded parts represent the solution set of the inequality. Remember this. Broken line is used in outlining the parabola when the inequality symbol is greater than or less than. This indicates that the points on the parabola are not part of the solution set. But when the inequality symbol is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, a solid line is used in sketching the parabola, indicating that the points on the parabola satisfies the given inequality. What are the quadratic inequalities in two variables? It can be written in any of the following forms, where a, b, and c are real numbers, and a is not equal to 0. Hence, we can write it in 4 ways. We have y is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. This time, let's find the solution set of y is less negative x squared minus 2x minus 1. Let's begin with step 1. Write y is less than negative x squared minus 2x minus 1 to its corresponding equality. Thus, y is equal to negative x squared minus 2x minus 1. Then, graph this equality. Remember that broken line is used to outline the parabola when the inequality symbol is less than or greater than, which indicates that the points of the parabola are not part of the solution set. However, when the inequality symbols are less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, a solid line is used to sketch the parabola, which means that the points of the parabola satisfy the given inequality. Since the inequality symbol used in the given is less than, we are going to use the broken line. This will be followed by selecting one point in each region and check whether the given inequality is satisfied. Say the task point is 0, which is outside the parabola. We now plug in the values 0 to the given, hence the value of y being 0 and the value of x is also 0. The final answer is 0 is less than negative 1, which is a false statement. Now, let's check the points inside the parabola. Let's use the points 0 and negative 3. Plug in the value of y as 0 and the values of x at negative 3. The solution obtained is negative 3 is less than negative 1. Is it a true statement? Yes, you're correct. This means that we are going to shade the region inside the parabola, which further explains that all the points inside the parabola are solution sets of the inequality y is less than negative x squared minus 2x minus 1.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I was screaming.
Wow, that was great. It was meaningful, right? Now, in order for you to practice what you have learned in this module, I think it is time for you to answer what's more, Activity 3.2. Do I satisfy you? Determine whether the following points are solution of the inequality y is greater than x squared minus 2x minus 3. Follow the process that we used in the example given. The graph of the inequality is a broken line because of the inequality symbol greater than. The inequality symbol should be written in the quadratic equation and then select the points to test. First, outside of the parabola, and then inside of the parabola. Then, determine if what part of the parabola is shaded. At this juncture, let us enumerate the solution of this given inequality. These are the letters A, B, F, G, I, and J. Good job! I am so proud of your achievements for this lesson. I hope that you continue to show the same enthusiasm and interest in solving problems on a quadratic inequalities. There are remaining activities in the module that you should answer as exercises where you can use what you have learned. Resume answering what I have learned section. Proceed to what I can do and the assessment part. Moreover, enrichment activities are also available to further knowledge. Congratulations, grade 9 learners! You are all amazing because you made another adventure in mathematics grade 9. Remember, if you forget or want to check your answer, refer to your module and ask the assistance of your subject teacher. So I guess this ends our adventure for the week. Till the next SLM adventure. I am your radio teacher, Crisalian Sampani Binyes. Good luck and God bless you always.
No, I've still got a lot of fire left in me.
Radyo Eskwela. Makinig sa programa Sulong DepEd Kidapawan. Programang maghahatid ng mga kaganapan sa loob ng DepEd Kidapawan City Division. Sulong DepEd Kidapawan. Tuwing linggo, alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga sa himpilang DXND. Radyo Bida. Sulong DepEd Kidapawan.
Inihahatid sa inyo ng With Love John Foundation Incorporated sa ilalim ng pamumuno ni Dr. Bernie Miguel sa pakikipagtulungan ng Department of Education, Kidapawan City Division, Provincial Government of Cotabato at ng Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation. Ang Radyo ESKWELA. Sa kinakaharap na krisis ng ating bansa, ang pag-aaral at pagtututo ay hindi dapat mahinto. Edukasyon, ating isulong. Ito ang DepEd Radyo ESKWELA. Radyo ESKWELA, Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Ganap na alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga at alas 3 hanggang alas 4 ng hapon. Radyo ESKWELA sa DXND, Radyo Bida.
Radyo Eskwela.
Before we begin, let us check your prior knowledge about circles by answering the problem in What I Know part of your Module 5 in Mathematics 10. Kindly get a pen and paper because you will be writing your answers down. Are you ready? You may just write the letter of the answers on your paper. For numbers 1 to 6, base your answer on the given figure. Number 1. Line segment AC is tangent to circle O. A. True. B. False. Number 2. Which line segment is tangent to circle O? A. Line segment AB. B. Line segment AC. C. Line segment AD. And letter D. Line segment AO. Number 3. If chords AB passes through the center of the circle, what is its name? Letter A, the radius. Letter B, the diameter. Letter C, the chord. And letter D, line segment. Letter E, the midline. Number 4. What is the name of the segment drawn on the circle? Letter A, diameter. Letter B, half diameter. Letter C, radius. And letter D, midline. Letter E, chord. Number 5. Line segments AB and BC are tangent to the circle. Letter A, true. And letter B, false. Number 6. What can you tell about segment AB? A. If AB were a part of a line, it could be called a second segment. Letter B. AB is a line segment. Letter C. All of the above. Letter D. None of the above. Now, let's proceed to the second part of our review. Fill in the blanks of each statement in item numbers 7 to 10. Number 1. A blank is a segment with endpoints at the center of a circle. Number 8. A blank is simply a collection of points that are equidistant from a single point. Number 9. A blank is a segment with endpoints on the circle. Number 10. The length of the radius is blank the length of the diameter. Now, let us check your answers. Number 1, the answer is letter B, false. Number 2, letter C, line segment AD. Number 3, letter B, the diameter. Number 4, letter C, radius. Number 5, letter A, true. Number 6, letter C, all of the above. Number 7, the word to be filled in the blank is diameter. A radius is a segment with endpoints at the center and on the circle. Number 8, circle. A circle is simply a collection of points that are equidistant from a single point. Number 9, chord. A chord is a segment with endpoints on the circle. And number 10, twice. The length of the radius is twice the length of the diameter. Did you get all the correct answers? Very good. You did a great job. You now ready for the next set of activities. If you got some of the items incorrect, don't worry because we will be discussing more of this today to understand more about the lesson. Our objectives today are to solve problems involving tangent and secant theorem of the circle, solve problems involving sectors of the circles, and solve problems involving segment of the circle. Do you know that many concepts on circles are used to model and solve many mathematical ideas and real-life situations? In your previous years, circle is discussed through its definition and basic terms of circles. In this module, we will be dealing with different types of solving that involves the circle. Take a look at the discussion in what's in part of your module. The description of the circle and some parts of it have been recalled. As what you have learned in your previous module, a circle is the set of all points that are of the same distance from a given point in the plane and in the given point in the center of the circle. The segment from the center to any point on the circle is called the radius. A segment whose endpoints both lie on the circle is known as the chord, and the chord that passes through the center of the circle is called diameter. Now, let us answer exercises 1 and what's in part of your module. Based on the figure, identify and name the following terms related to a circle. You will be given 1 minute to do this. Write your answers on the sheet of paper. Ready? Go! It's time for us to check what you have written in your papers. Number 1, radius segments AN, AJ, and AE. Number 2, diameter, segment JE. Number 3, chord, segment LE and EJ. Number 4, minor arcs LJ, JN, NE, and EL. Number 5, major arcs LJE, JEL, NEL, and EJN. Number 6, tangent line, segment SL. Number 7, second line segment EN. Number 8, central angles JAN and NAE. Number 9, inscribe angles LEJ, JEN, LEN, and SLE. Did you get all the correct answers? Very good. I'm sure you do. How are the lengths and tangent segments, second segments, related and applied? And how are the angles and intercepted arcs of the circles related and applied? These questions will be answered throughout the discussion of this module. A tangent to a circle is a line coplanar with a circle and intersects it in only one point. The point of the intersection of the line and the circle is called the point of tangency. Take a look at the figure of the postulate on tangent line in your module. At a given point on a circle, one line can be drawn that is tangent to a circle. To illustrate considered points V, if U is a point on a circle, then one and only one line can be drawn through U that is tangent to a circle. A secant, on the other hand, is a line that intersects a circle to exactly 2 points. It contains a chord of a circle as being illustrated in the figure. In circle A, segment MN is a second line. Now, we are ready to learn about problem solving involving circles. Are you ready? Here are some points to remember in answering problem solving. First, carefully read the problem. Second, choose a strategy to solve the problem. Third, carry out the problem-solving strategy. And finally, check the solution. Let's now proceed to examples problem involving tangent, secant theorems, and other problems involving circles. Focus on what's new part of your module Problem 1. You are standing 14 feet from a water tower. The distance from you to the point of tangency on the tower is 28 feet. What is the radius of the water tower? Following the steps. First, read the problem carefully. Then illustrate the problem. You are 14 feet away from the water tower and 28 feet away from the point of tangency as shown to the figure. A right triangle can be formed in which the radius side is unknown. To solve for the radius, we will use Pythagorean theorem, wherein the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. In this problem, the hypotenuse is 14 feet plus r, and the other two sides are the radius r and 28 feet. Our working equation should be the square of the quantity 14 plus r equals r squared plus 28 squared. The left-hand side of the equation can be written as the quantity of 14 plus r times the quantity of 14 plus r, and on the right-hand side of the square of 28 is 784. Multiplying the two binomials on the left-hand side by FOIL method, you will obtain 196 plus 28r plus r squared. Add the negative r squared and negative 196 on both sides using addition property of equality. Our equation now becomes 28r is equal to 588. Then, divide both sides of the equation by 28. R, therefore, is equal to 21 feet. How are we going to verify if the answers are equals 21 feet is correct? You're right. Substitute r by 21 to the working equation. The square of the quantity 14 plus r equals the square of r plus the square of 28. We will obtain a balanced equation of 1,225 equals 1,225. It means r equals 21 feet is correct. Do you understand our first example? For you to understand further, let us now proceed to example 3. Judy baked a cake and had part of it for lunch. After the meal, the shape of the remaining cake is made up of a semicircle and a quadrant. Find the area of the remaining cake based on the figure. To find the area of the remaining cake, we have to find the area of the circle and subtract it to 1/4 of the area of the circle, since what is being eaten is 1/4 of the cake. The area of the remaining cake is pi r squared minus 1/4 times the quantity of pi r squared. Substituting pi by 3.14 and r by 35. And simplify, we will obtain 3,846.5 minus 961.6, which is equal to 2,884.9 square centimeters. Therefore, the area of the remaining pizza is 2,884.9 square centimeters. I hope that you already gained an idea on how to solve problems involving circles after we've discussed 2 examples. We will now proceed to sector and segment of the circle on what is it part of your module. A sector sector of a circle is a region bounded by two radii and an arc of a circle. Take a look at the figure. The shaped part is a sector. The area of the sector with a central angle of 90 degrees is 1/4 the area of the entire circle. Now, how are we going to find the area of the sector of a circle? The area of a sector is fractional part of the area of the entire circle. That is, A is equal to C over 360 multiplied to the area of the circle pi r squared, where A is the area of the sector, C is measured of the central angle, and R is the radius. How about the area of the segment of the circle? A segment of the circle is a region bounded by the chord and the arc subtended by the chord. It is a portion of the area of the circle cut off by a radius as shown in the figure. The area of the segment can be determined by subtracting the area of the triangle by the chord and the radii from the area of the corresponding sector. That is, area of a segment is equal to the area of the sector subtracted by the area of triangle. For example, the area of the right triangle, BMW, whose right angle is at the center of the circle, and its radii intercept the arc BM is 98 square centimeters. Find the area of the shaded segment as shown in the figure. Since the area of the right triangle is already given as 98 square centimeters, what we need to find first is the radius of the circle. From the area of the triangle, we can find the radius because the leg and the base of the triangle are the radii of the circle. Then, 98 is equal to 1/2 multiplied to the square of r. Simplifying, the value of r is 14 centimeters. Since we already have the radius, we can now find the area of the sector, which is equal to 1/4 multiplied by the square of 14 times pi. When simplified, it will give a product of 153.94 square centimeters. Subtract the area of the sector of the given area of the triangle, which is 153.94 square centimeters minus 98 centimeters. It will give a difference of 55.9 square centimeters. Therefore, the area of the sector is 55.9 centimeters. Let us now try to answer some challenging set of the word problems and activities about circles. Turn your module to what's more part. Letter B. Answer problems 3 and 5 only. Problem number 3. The radius of a circle is 16 centimeters. Find the area of the sector if the length of the intercepted arc is 8 pi centimeters. Leave the answer in terms of pi. Problem number 5. The area of the sector of a circle with a radius of 6 centimeters is 15/2 pi square centimeters. Find the measure of the central angle in degrees. Ready? Go! Time is up. Let us now check your answers. Number 1. The area of the sector is 64 square centimeters. Did you get it right? I'm sure you do. Number 2. The measure of the central angle is 75 degrees. Amazing! You did a good job in applying what you have learned. That was easy, right? I hope you had a good time going over through this module. Let's check what you've learned. Kindly answer the questions in the assessment part of the module. Give what is being asked. Write your answer on a sheet of paper. Answer the first part only, items number 1 to 7. Ready? Start! It's now time to check how much you've learned. Get ready with your answers. Number 1. What is an angle whose vertex is on a circle and whose sides contains chords of the circle? The answer is letter B. Inscribe angle. Number 2. The arc of a circle measures 30 degrees. If the radius of the circle is 5 centimeters, what is the length of an arc? The answer is letter A, 2.62 centimeters. Number 3. Catherine designed a pendant. It is a regular hexagon set in a circle. Suppose the opposite vertices are connected by the line segment and meet at the center of the circle. What is the measure of each angle formed at the center? The answer is letter C, 60 degrees. Number 4. At a given point of the circle, how many line or lines can be drawn that is tangent to the circle? The answer is letter C, 1. Number 5. The top view of a circular table shown as the radius of 120 centimeters. Find the area of the smaller segment of the table, which is shaded region determined by 60 degrees arc. The answer is letter A. The quantity of 2,400 pi minus 3,600 square root of 3 square centimeters. Number 6. A dartboard has a diameter of 40 centimeters and is divided into 20 congruent sectors. What is the area of one of the sectors? The answer is letter A, 20 square centimeters. And last, number 7. In circle C, as shown in the figure, measure of arc AB is 60 degrees and its radius is 6 centimeters. What is the area of the shaded region in terms of pi? The answer is letter C, 6 pi. Did you get all the correct answers? You did very well in your module. Keep going.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my...
Great job, mathematicians! Congratulations! This ends our lesson for today. You have learned how to solve problems involving tangent and second theorem of the circle. Solve problems involving sector of the circle and solve problems involving segment of the circle. Be sure to tune in to our School on the Air next time. We will prepare math lessons for you to understand more about the topics. We would also like to thank our script writer, Miss Sharon L. Gonzalez. This has been your radio teacher, Teacher Gladys Mir Pontongan of Kidapawan City Division. Keep on learning math, everyone. Stay focused, and may the Lord God bless you all. Thank you.
No, I've still got a lot of fire left in me.
Radyo ESKWELA.
Alright, nahuman na yun ang atong radio-based instruction alang sa mathematics grade 9 o grade 10. Medyo lisod-lisod siyang lesson. Kaubang Gladys, kay tungod ang mga lesson about radius, about tangent.
Okay.
Nga
About
ganina,
circles,
mga
about
linear.
pi.
Oh.
Oo.
So, mo na nga, grabe kay kamakaingon o, go! Ano, dito ba? So, makapukaw yun o damdamin. So, daghang salamat kayo sa ato ang mga mathematics, no? Atong i-recognize pag-usab kaubang Gladys.
Okay, congratulations sa ato ang mathematics team, of course, no? Sa ato ang mga grade 9 o grade 10 writers. So, ako man to na-mention ganina, kinsa atong writers, nakalimot ko.
Ma'am Sharon Gonzales.
Ma'am Sharon Gonzales. And, syempre, sa ato ang math team, sa ato ang math coordinator, Ma'am Ronela Molina. Congratulations po. Alright, wala kita igong oras, mga higala. Daghang kayong salamat sa ato ang mga supporters nga kanunay gyud nga nagatutok sa programang Radyo Eskwela. Daghang kayong salamat. Grade 9 o grade 10 learners, mga ginikanan, mga magtutudlo sa ato ang RBI coordinator, Ma'am Shirley Dua. Thank you so much. And syempre sa ato ang sponsor with Love John Foundation Incorporated, headed by Dr. Bernie Miguel, ug ang administrator si Sir Ayan Leo Domingo. Daghang kayong salamat kini si Gladys Mir Pontongan.
Daghang salamat Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation, ang duha ka mga dagkong istasyon sa Soxargen ug Barm Region, DXMS Radyo Bida Cotabato City ug DXND Radyo Bida Kidapawan City. Sa ngalan sa atong kaubang Crizel Dayan Sampani Viñez ug sa ngalan usab sa nag-sponsor nining programa ang With Love John Foundation Incorporated, kauban ang Department of Education Kidapawan City Division. Mao ka nang paghatod kaninyo sa Radyo Eskwela karong buntaga. Ako si Marlon Bulasa nga nagaingon taliwala nining pandemya kitang tanan, we should be a fighter, not a quitter.
Inyong napakinggan ang Radyo Eskwela, programang inihatid ng With Love John Foundation Incorporated sa ilalim ng pamumuno ni Dr. Bernie Miguel sa pakikipagtulungan ng Department of Education, Kidapawan City Division, Provincial Government of Cotabato at ng Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation. Radyo Eskwela, hanggang sa susunod na pagsasahing papawid. Maraming salamat.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng BioGold.
Magandang araw Mindanao, narito ang bidang balita sa oras na ito. Binawian ng buhay ang isang miyembro ng More Islamic Liberation Front o MILF sa engkwentro ng mga terorista sa Maguindanao. Nakilala ang biktima na si Adam Abe, tauhan ng MILF Task Force Itihad. Ayon sa ulat, nagresponde ang MILF sa barangay Damabalas, Talayan, Maguindanao dahil sa panghaharas ng Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters o BIFF-inspired group sa mga sibilyan. Agad nagpaputok ang mga terorista sa mga tauhan ng MILF Task Force Itihad kaya sumiklab ang matinding palitan ng bala sa magkabilang panig. Umatras ang BIFF nang matunugan nila ang paparating na tropa ng militar at pulisya. Naisugod pa si Abe sa Cotabato Regional and Medical Center sa Cotabato City, ngunit binawian din ito ng buhay. 3 naman ang napaulat na malubhang nasugatan sa BIFF na dinala ng kanilang mga kasamahan sa pagtakas. Sa ngayon, patuloy na tinutugis ng Joint Task Force Central ang BIFF sa Talayan, Maguindanao. Sumainyo ang bidang balita sa oras na ito. Ako si Drema Kitayin Bravo.
Sumainyo ang balitang hatid ng BioGold.
Niwang ba? Kulang sa bunga? Nako, kulang sa fertilizer yan! Gumamit ng fertilizer na bagay sa pananim mo. Dito ka na sa bagong fertilizer ng bayan, BioGold. Ang BioGold, zinc-enriched na, multi-nutrient, foliar fertilizer at rooting stimulant pa. BioGold, mabilis ma-absorb ng tanim at kargado ng macro at micro elements kaya tiyak na aasenso ka. Bisitahin lang ang Happy Leaf Multi-Trading sa Oriented Printing Press Building, Jose Abad Santos Street, Kidapawan City. Ang BioGold, epektibo karong tag-init, berde og dugay malaya ang mga dahon, delay nga paghinog, sayo nga pagpamulak ug adunay humic acid para sa yuta. BioGold, dito aasenso ka. Available sa lahat ng agricultural supply center.
Bagong pag-asa, sigaw ng malaya, kapakanan ng kapwa laging mangunguna. Bida sa salita,
Radyo Bida ng Notre Dame Broadcasting Corporation.
bida ka rito.
Bida ka
Bida Karito, mas pilalakas, mas pilabilis, at mas pilalinaw. Radyo Bida, 747 sa inyong mga piitan.
Ang inyong mapaminawan usa ka bayad nga tulumanon ang tanang gipanulti og opinyon sa tigpamaba ilang kaugalingon og walay kalambigitan ang istasyon.
Inyong mapaminawan ang mga issues ug katikaran ug para sa kalambuan sa Magpet. Kini ang atong programa Uswag Magpet.